what I'm doing now is it's all about giving. And then I started to realize life is not about what you get and focusing on getting. It's actually focusing on giving, and I was about to swear then, sorry. Lots of stuff will gravitate towards you. Things that are naturally meant for you start to gravitate towards you.
Welcome to the Phase 4 podcast, inspired by Vishen Lakiani and Ajit Nawalkar, co-founders of EverCoach, a division of Vine Valley. In this podcast, we speak to coaches and creatives about where they were, where they are, and where they are going. This is the intersection of what we focus on expands, and your story is your superpower. Pixii Williams is a mindset coach and an extremely talented multi-artist. She is currently on a book launch tour, and we're going to talk about that and much more today. And Pixii, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me, JP. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. I always like to just begin with just tell us a little bit more about yourself and how you ended up in this space.
Oh God. Let's shorten it, shall we? So I've actually been a business owner for many years, and I started in the beauty and aesthetic industry. Was not me at all. Didn't know what to do, needed money, thought, okay, let's go into the beauty industry because my brother's fiance was in it at the time. Completely lost my way because it was completely not my values or my morals. I'm all about animal rights and natural beauty. Yeah, I ended up in a beauty industry that tested on animals and all that craziness. And but during those times that I was treating clients, people would literally come to me for what they called free therapy. I was like, right, okay, I'm probably going to have to get paid for this soon enough. And my journey really started. I started to write the book when I realized that what I was doing was against my morals, but I wasn't ready to leave. And then my auntie suddenly just passed away out of absolutely nowhere. And the next day, I shut all my businesses down because I realized that life was way too short to be doing something purely for money and not actually for passion. And that's when I ended up opening at Thrive Beyond Limit. I actually done my TikTok first. And within 3 months, I had 10K followers just from going live every day and basically doing free coaching. And then that's when I set up Thrive Beyond Limits, which is my online coaching mindset program. We have a beautiful community in there. And and then I wrote a book and published it. And it's been just craziness since then, really.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like it because you seem young, and it's a lot of people, they don't figure this out until much later in life that, man, I'm just living by all these societal norms and this is what we're supposed to do. And someone told me I should do this, and to realize that you don't want to do that and that you only get one life at a young age is really, really cool. I think the tip in there for everybody is, especially coaches, go live. Do free coaching. And look at, she said she got 10,000 people really quick by doing that. So it's always a good way. People can test it out.
Yeah, 100%. You know what? The one thing I learned when I started going live every morning was it's never about, for so many years, okay, in my businesses, it was all about what I could get. And then all of a sudden, in this, what I'm doing now is it's all about giving. And then I started to realize life is not about what you get and focusing on getting. It's actually focusing on giving. And I was about to swear then, sorry. Lots of stuff will gravitate towards you. Things that are naturally meant for you start to gravitate towards you. So it's always about putting that focus on actually what can I give instead of what can I get from these people or life or whatever it may be. Start giving more and you'll receive more.
Yeah, it's a mirror. I love that. It's totally a reflection. And there's something in like Buddhism that there's the 4 noble truths. And the first one is that life is suffering. And the second one is that suffering can not just happen with old age and dying and unhealthiness, but it also can happen in our mind. The third one is that there's a cessation and we can stop suffering. And then the fourth one is by following this 8-fold path, which is a whole nother story. But the idea behind all of that is kind of what you're saying, where once you get rid of the I, me, my, any suffering that you have going on in your life will go away. And the tagline of this podcast is what we focus on expands. And so literally by focusing on other people, that will expand. Any pain or suffering you're experiencing will diminish.
Yeah, 100%. My favorite line that I live by and I teach all of my clients is stay in your own lane. Stop looking. And it's like the thing that I always say is like life is like a car. So if we're constantly looking at other people's journey, you're either going to you're going to crash or you're going to get lost. Like if you focus on where you're going and your own journey, you actually get where you want to go to faster. But a lot of people, it's easier to look at other people's lives than your own and really look at you and go, okay, what can I change or what can I focus on?
I love it. And so you said like stay in your own lane. So now the question is going to be, how do you do that personally? Because I seen you like you're a poet, you're a singer, you're now a writer and a coach. So how do you do that?
It- You have to make a choice, man. You have to make a choice to stay in your own lane. You have to make a choice to focus on your own journey more than other people's. And I think that was where life really changed for me, is when I realized that I had a choice. And a long time ago, I never thought I had a choice. I thought, well, this is the way I've been conditioned. Well, this is the life that I've been given. So this is it. And it's like, no, actually, you have a choice to block out the noise, focus on yourself. A big thing that I say is CCIIA, which is committed, consistent, immediate, imperfect action. Okay, so don't think about anyone else. Stop thinking about you have to get everything perfect. So, what was it? Committed, which is be committed, be consistent, be imperfect, meaning stop thinking about what everyone's thinking if it's going to be perfect or not. Just simply do it, which comes immediate, then take action. So a lot of people don't take action on the things they want to do because they're too busy thinking about, oh, what if this person thinks this about me? Or what if like, make that choice to stay in your own lane. And yes, it takes mindset coaching. I had to coach myself for the last 10 years, like to actually get me to the mindset that I had, because I probably should have said this earlier, but I was extremely depressed. That's why my book is called Young, Dumb, and Depressed. I was young, I was dumb, and I was depressed. I was so depressed and I was so anxious, and I was brought up in I was loved, but a very hostile environment, which played a part in my default energy. And that's what I speak. There's a chapter in my book called Default Energy. It affects how we are in life. So you have to uncondition the X amount of years that you've been conditioned to get to that part. My point is, it's not easy, no, but actually to have a choice, like to actually just realize, wow, I have a choice in what I choose to focus on, the magic starts to happen. It really does. And yeah, it's that's a lot about my book, is about conditioning and how to get out of that.
Yeah, that's perfect for this. So I noticed the same thing about the magic when you do that, right? When you just shut out all the distractions and all the other noise and just focus and ask questions too. What do I want? Where am I supposed to go? And if you can get quiet enough, those answers will come. But the magic, something I started doing, and it's crazy how quickly it stacks. I started writing a list of synchronicities. So like whatever the day was, I would write it. And then all of a sudden a year later, it's like, oh my God, magic.
That is, you're gonna have to send that to me afterwards because I want to start doing that. That's really interesting. It's funny you mentioned the magic. It's my favorite book, and it's one of like my Bibles. There was something in the magic which I absolutely love, and I was reading it on holiday, and she was like, just sprinkle some little gratitude, pixie dust on everything, on people and things, and like doing like, because when if you're wanting to be more grateful, if you're wanting to be more happy, you have to put intentions behind things. So people think that these things are magic, and I teach this to my clients. I'm like, this isn't magic. This is like you putting an intention behind something, so it makes it more profound. I don't know how I would explain that, but it's the intention behind everything is so important. So when you just do that, that means sprinkling pixie dust on someone to be grateful for them. But yeah, that's it's really funny you say that because that's literally my Bible. I can't even tell you how many times I've read it.
Yeah, I'm looking. I have a box of books over here, and there's that one. I think there's another one called The Power, and then obviously The Secret. She's got a bunch. But yeah, those are great books. The magic or the intention. I'm sure my listeners will be sick of this one, but I have a tool I use with clients called bias, and it's the way you can manifest whatever you want. You have to have all four, and it goes belief, intention, action, surrender. And surrender is the hard part.
My quote, and it actually says it on the front, sorry, Yoshi, the front of my book: let go and allow it to flow. And when I speak, I have a chapter about surrendering. When I speak to people about surrendering, it's the easiest, most hardest thing you'll ever do, because holding on is natural, but letting go is a choice. Holding on is natural because it's our conditioning. It's how we stay safe, but letting go is a choice. So I absolutely love that, because yeah, surrendering is a massive part in self-development. You have to let go and allow it to flow. It's so, so, so important.
Yeah. So before you were depressed, young, dumb, and depressed, but now you're not, and you figured this out. You figured out the way to make yourself happy is to listen to yourself, not other people, not society, and you only get one life. But in your book, we're talking about your book now, and you've given us a little taste, but how does it look? Is it just a book? Is it a knowledge share? Is it a memoir about your life? Is there tools to use? And can we talk about that a bit?
It's everything you just said. Like I said, I never intended to write it. That's where magic happens. So it was never like planned and prepped. Like, don't get me wrong, I paid professionals to edit it afterwards, but it's a bit about my journey and what I'd kind of gone through. I try my best to not speak about me too much, because it's not about me. It's about helping the reader. So there's tools and there's, teachings. If I'm being honest, it's like a raw self-help book with no BS. Like, I'm very much straight edge. I'm a very spiritual person, but I'm also a very logical person. And when you mix those two things together, you get motivation. So it is, as well as a motivational book and an honest book. Okay. So there's a chapter in there called Tomorrow Isn't Promised. And I speak about this with my community. A lot of people shy away and run away and don't want to hear about death. They don't want to talk about it. But me and my partner, we lost Peaches, and Peaches was my little kitten, our little kitten. We've got tattoos of her here. And she was only, she was a baby. And then that really hit me. Then losing my auntie really hit me. And what I started to realize is I started to surrender to everything being so permanent. And lots of people don't speak about the inevitable, that people that we love, life happens. Sorry, I'm trying so hard not to swear. I swear all the time, so I apologize.
You should swear. Go ahead and do it.
Oh, okay, right, okay, because yeah, that's literally me. Shit happens, man. Shit fucking happens. We're not gonna be able to stop it. That's surrendering. So yeah, people are gonna die, man. Your loved ones are gonna die. The furry little friends that you love are gonna pass. But you know what? When you start to accept that and understand that everything is temporary, life is worth living then, because you're not living in fear, So there is one chapter in my book that is about that, but it's just a mixture of everything, man. It's like it was written, like when I was really editing it to publish it, because I didn't know I was going to publish it. When I really wanted to get the kind of feel was you're having a chat with a friend over coffee. I don't want people to think that I'm a professional. I'm not a professional. No one's a professional. Everyone doesn't know what the fuck they're doing in life. We're just learning by experience. And we read these books, and, I can never say his name, but I love his books, Edgar Tolle. And we read about, all these people that feel so much higher than us. They're not. They're individuals. They're humans that have gone through experience, that understand that everything's just a lesson. So I wanted it to be very real, honest, relaxed. I swear in there a lot, because that's who I am, and I'm all about being authentic. I speak about that as well. It's just a mixture of everything, like how to just surrender to life, be happy, how to let the fuck go. Oh, it's just there's so much in there. But I didn't want it to be like I'm this guru at the top of the mountain. It was just like, hey, like I'm not actually that far off from you,
Yeah, 100%. And that's the thing. I think we see these mentors like Eckhart and whoever, all of them, even Tony Robbins, right? And you think like that guy was always like that, but Eckhart slept on a bench for 2 years in a park, right? And I think I agree. Like that idea of death, it's I don't know. I think I'm reading another book called The 5 a.m. Club, and he says most people die when they're 30 and get buried when they're 80. And I was like, whoa, it's so true, right? Because we're afraid to live and like go get a job, retire when you're 65, get 2.5 kids, have a house and dog and a cat, and like that's it. And then maybe you get to go on a trip once in a year or something like that, right? But is that what you really want?
No.
So tell us about you said you're not a guru. You said something else, I forget, but I think I saw you going to school and taking some trainings to up level your like
Oh yeah, like technically, I am a professional coach. I am. I have the certifications. I guess the point is for the book is I don't want to feel like a professional. Like I don't want to make people, I never wanted to make people think that I've done more or I've done, or I'm so up high that I couldn't reach that. So yeah, I've done two certifications in life coaching and I also have my level 2 mental health. I don't want to go into therapy. That's not what I want to do. I I'm too straight edge for therapy. I'm very much like how to recondition the mind. Let's not dwell on it. Let's think about the positive. Yeah, shit things happen, but I'm more like that. So I get a lot of trolls and hate from on my lives and on TikTok. You're not a therapist. You can't be giving people advice. But again, like hurt people hurt people. So anytime someone comes at me, I'm like, you're hurt and you're feeling these things, and everything's a reflection of self. Again, a chapter in my book, The Reflection Theory. Everything's a reflection of self. So, yes, I am a professional technically, but I'm so with my clients, I'm so real. And we have these video calls and I'm just me and I come as me. And it's not just because of any other reason, but one, I will never apologize for being myself. And two, I'm not going to show a fake version of myself just because I'm coaching people. This is who I am. Take me or leave me. I want to give that to other people that they get to be that way. You mentioned like live a life, have kids, buy a house, and then, like, you don't have to, like, I'm severely dyslexic. And I actually, writing the book alone is the biggest achievement I've ever done in my life because of how dyslexic I am. I have a reading and writing age of an 8-year-old. And that, like, I wrote the book as well to be accessible to all people. But you have to, I think this is the thing. That's why you've got to be so unapologetically yourself, because not everyone is like you and you're not like everyone else. And that's okay. I don't know if I just went off.
no, it's perfect. I'm thinking like dyslexic because I listen to you talk and I've seen other videos and I'm like, this person is wise way beyond their years. So that's like who says you're dyslexic? Like it's just another box, right? Here, go sit inside this box and then whatever. It's fascinating how the society can like shape those mindsets.
You say this, and actually this was the first sentence in my book, funny enough. And this is how I started to write the book. The book wasn't a book, it was a journal on how I navigate life and business with dyslexia. Okay. And funny enough, the first bit in the book is I was always told by my teachers, by my adults, my mum, my dad, that you can't read properly. And I put can't in capital letters. You can't read properly. The thing is, yeah, I don't read as well as other people and I have different ways of reading. But when you're that young, being told you can't, it's the only thing your subconscious, universe, God, Mother Nature, whoever you want to call upon, that's the only thing that your mind hears. So that conditions you. So I couldn't read a book until I left university because of that exact reason. It wasn't because I couldn't, it was I just didn't read like other people. That's why I say everyone's different, you know?
Yeah, it's so powerful. I see it. I have a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old, and I can just see the adults in them. I do it too. I know I do it, But I'm just sometimes like, why would you say that, man? Like the kid's not getting that. It's crazy. So maybe some core lessons or like what's the biggest part that you want to get across of your book?
Life is just too precious, too short to sit down and wallow in the self-pity and the shit you've been through for the rest of your life. And at some point, it's time to get up, rewire your mindset, and actually live a life that you truly want. I speak a lot about values in general, and I done a post, funny enough, today about it. And it was like, if you don't know your core values, you're not going to be able to create boundaries to protect those core values. I deal with a lot of people, even though I tell them, I deal with a lot of people with mental health, even though tell them I'm not a therapist. But if I could be as low as I was for so many years, if I could have been conditioned and been brought up in that surrounding and me still end up how I am today, anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. But you have to choose. You have to make that choice. And that's something in the book. There is a chapter that it is about choice. I just want people to see life through a different perspective because it's possible. And I speak about how I don't believe in good, bad, and wrong and right. I don't. I don't believe in good, bad, wrong or right, perfect or good enough. They're just perspectives. So when you start to really like see life in that kind of way and take a step back, you realize that everything is a perspective and that people are just going on from what they've learned. That you can see life through another perspective if you actually want to. But what I do say is people are addicted to sadness. I know because I was fully addicted to sadness. It was my comfort. I said earlier, default energy. It was my comfort. I loved it. So yeah, if there's one thing that I can just get across is that I don't want people to have to go through great trauma and loss of a loved one for them to realize this. Because this was a tipping point.
All right. So in Zen Buddhism, there's a thing called Kensho and Satori. And so Kensho is what you're talking about. And I've done it too. And we all do it. We wait till we get really, really low. And then we pick ourselves up. We find some enlightenment. Both of them end up with enlightenment. But Satori is just like, aha, you read your book, get the message, and figure it out. And you don't have to spend all that time going into the valley.
Exactly that. I think, you know what? People ask me all the time, you're so young. How did you get like this? Like, how, like, it's taken me this long. Like, how did you do it? And I'm like, with a lot of hard work and a lot of like stress as well. Like, it wasn't easy. And I think people are always looking for that pill to take in many forms to numb themselves, to fix themselves. And it doesn't fucking work. And I don't know if you've ever read the book, The Body Keeps the Score, but it's, they say it in there. Like, and when I done my level 2 mental health, funny enough, I actually, I was a bit on the fence. Like, I understand that there are some people that need to take certain pills. But I also understand that people want a quick fix. Reconditioning your mindset ain't going to be a quick fix. It's going to take a long time and effort. Why I'm so young and I done it is because, you know what? I saw it in my parents and I saw their conditioning. And I'm very close with my nan. I speak about my nan in my book. She's 94. I love her to bits. And we come from generational poverty. Yeah. And it's really funny. I was speaking to her about it and I said, Nan, don't you think that we come from generational poverty because everyone in our family from generations have been speaking badly about rich people? And she was like, you know what? I've never thought about that, but yeah. So I started to see what my dad's relationship with his family, the patterns, and I just kind of pieced everything together. And you know what? There is no, you don't just wake up one day. That doesn't happen. If you want a spiritual awakening, if you want a mindset awakening, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't just happen. You don't wake up and it happen. Every single hardship and triumph in your life will equate to you waking up. And even then, you've still got an infinite amount of waking up to do, you know? And it happens for different people at different times. Never compare your journey to my journey or my journey to someone else's journey. It's just pointless. You end up being stuck.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a good point about the money. Like we're manifesting no matter what, right? So if you're saying all the time, I can't afford this, we don't have money, we never get any breaks, then the universe is like, yeah, okay, here you go. Like, and earlier you said something too, you were searching for the words, and I was thinking like that it took time to get to this point. So like if you want to change something, when you were talking about intentions, the universe needs a minute to like organize things that you want in your future. It's not just going to happen. Some people can manifest overnight, but not generally.
Yeah, I actually have a chapter in my book called The Truth Behind Manifesting. And it's a subject that actually like messed me up for a while because I don't actually think it's taught in the correct way, personally. And I say in my book, if your way of manifesting is working for you, then stick to it. But me just sitting down, thinking about what I want, journaling about what I want, wishful thinking, didn't work for me. Just didn't work for me. If anything, it actually made me very materialistic, unhappy and ungrateful for what I had. And because the concept maybe in me was lost, but I think in a lot of people it's lost. People think all you need to do is sit down and wish a magical fairy to come down and grant all of your wishes, and the next day, boom, it's done. Like, it's not like that. And maybe it is for some people, yeah? I'm not saying it isn't. But for me, nah. You have to take action. Because for a long time, I sat and was like, this is what I want, and I want to do this, and I want to do that. But nothing was changing. Why? Because I didn't take action. That's when CCIIA came into play. Committed, consistent, imperfect, immediate action. That's when the actual, because manifesting is one thing, but actually taking action upon the manifesting, like without action, you're not going to have what you want.
So the accent part is like sometimes it that's part of like, okay, I want to manifest a marathon and a certain time, right? But the action I have to take to get there is all these runs and training, and that's the journey. That's the part. Like the medal, who cares at the end? You were saying about how you're going down this new road.
Thank you. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going down this new road because I speak about money in my book and I have so many money blocks. I'm still not there yet. I know how to be happy. I know how to be grateful. I live a beautiful life that I love, but I'm still not there yet with money. I have a load of money blocks because of my conditioning and ancestral trauma. So that's something I'm working on at the moment. And I've actually gotten into trading gold and investing my money. And it's actually funny because you learn so many things on when you're purely focusing on money. You actually learn a lot about yourself in general. But there's this one person, and she does say that, you know, all you need to do is manifest how much you want to make in trading. And I'm like, or manifest how much you want to make in a day. And I'm like, don't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. Trading is not a manifesting thing. Trading is so there's, and that's why I said, JP, I'm such a spiritual person, but I'm a realist as well. And mixed together, I understand that there's some things in life that I believe that can't really be manifested, but putting the intention behind it makes you have that goal that then makes you want to take action, and it just motivates you. Like a big thing that I did want to mention that I forgot is about celebrating your wins, guys. Celebrate your wins. If you do not celebrate your wins, no matter how big or small, you will always feel like a loser. That was one of the best things that I ever learned.
Yeah, that's a good one. Even just for a minute, right? Look back, and because then otherwise you end up just keep going on to the next thing and the next thing, and you never feel fulfilled at all.
Yeah, it's so funny. JP, you said look back, and I was about to go, what? So I'm so not with it today.
It's all good. You've thought a whirlwind of a week or two, I suppose. But I guess as we begin to wind down, if this episode resonates with you, please like, subscribe, share, and reach out to Pixie. We're going to leave all our information and we're going to leave the links to the book. And I guess, Pixie, I always ask everyone this question. So this is the Phase 4 podcast, and Phase 4 in the 6-phase meditation by Vishen Lakhiani is all about creating your future 3 years out. So where is Pixie 3 years from today?
Pixie in 3 years today. Definitely not in England. I will say that. 100% not in England. It's one of my biggest goals, to leave this country. So that's a big one. But help as many people as I possibly can with the work that I do, with the free work I do via TikTok, with my coaching. You know what, man? Like, as long as I'm helping as many people as I possibly can, I'm happy. And definitely for the money side is, yeah, to get the fuck out of this country, because it is absolutely, it's not the best here. Let's just say that, for many reasons, even though I'm extremely grateful. But to me, that's a really hard question, JP. I'm not going to lie to you, because I don't like to think that far ahead. And a lot of people, and I tried to think far ahead and I wasn't getting anywhere. I kept on trying to think, I want in 3 years' time, I'm going to have this and I'm going to be there and I'm going to, manifesting, because I always thought the manifesting was about manifesting objects. It's not. Start to manifest feelings. Start to manifest feelings. That's why I don't think about where am I going to be in 3 years' time, because back in my old businesses, when I was doing that, I got nowhere. But now I let go. I allow everything to flow. I take action when action needs to be taken. And where I am in the 7 months of my journey, I'm only on 7 months of my journey, is insane. And I ain't been thinking about 3 years' time yet, but I did back in the day. And this is my point. Everyone's different, man. So that's a very hard question for me, because I don't know, man. It's going to be great wherever I am. And I'm going to, have the things that I want, but it's about those feelings. Stop trying to manifest objects, manifest feelings.
Wow, that's perfect. That's the exact right. I've never heard anyone say it that way. That's exactly the right thing. Is you'd think you're searching for an object, but you're not. You're searching for a feeling, and the feeling can't be in the future. The feeling has to be right now.
Exactly that. And a lot of people, people, you want to feel rich, like you want to be rich, you want to have all these things. Okay, feel rich in your love and your heart beating. Like, it may seem like cliche and like hippy dippy, but it's true. It's just truth. And yeah, man, like that definitely changed my life. And that, not even credit to me, that was actually my spiritual teacher, Jane Goodman. She is an amazing, amazing woman. I actually have got her in my book. Yeah, she's a spiritual teacher. She's a mentor. She's a friend. She's amazing. But I could never manifest material things. I couldn't. But I can manifest achievements by feeling what it would feel like. Like, I really wanted to do my first workshop, my live event. So I felt the feelings of being on stage and doing it. 2 months later, I was there. And I'm just about to actually, I've got another live event in May the 3rd. So yeah, May the 3rd is my next workshop live event. So I'm going to offer people that they can come and get their book signed, because so many people have been like, where can I meet you for a book signing? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just, and this is the thing. I don't think every time you need a plan. Surrender, let go, and just feel every moment, man. Feel every moment. Don't let it pass you by. And I think a lot of people just so on the next thing that they just don't embrace what they have right in front of them. Yeah, I could speak for hours about this sort of stuff.
Yeah, no, me too. You're doing great. I have a buddy I had on here, and he said the same thing about the 3 years. He's like, I'm not going that far into the future. He's like, I'm just taking it one day at a time. But
I think
there's
that's the best. For some people.
this meditation, 6 phase meditation, it's powerful, right? So the first phase is like compassion. So you send out compassion to other people. Then you feel gratitude. Then you work on forgiveness. And then that phase 4, the 3-year plan. Then the next phase is actually like your perfect day. What would you do on your perfect day? And then the final one is like a blessing. You wrap it up with whatever religious beliefs, or if you don't, just yourself, right? Thanking yourself. But all of it together, it's like if you keep doing this same meditation over and over again every day, what happens with me, I go into that future. And then let's say speaking on stage, that was one of them. I got to do it last November. But every time I'm in that meditation or visualization and I'm going into the future to do that, every time I come out, I come with a little more detail. Like I might see something that wasn't there, and you feel a color or you can feel the temperature, and it becomes so real that like now all of a sudden when you open your eyes, the opportunities that are always there that you're missing, you just like, oh, okay, that I'm supposed to meet that guy. Okay, that guy's saying that for me to hear right now because I need that. And I guess I
Yeah.
should digress.
No, I love that. I mean, I'm not a visual person, and as much as me and my spiritual teacher were working on it, but I'm not visual. Okay, so in here, I feel. So people may manifest in certain ways. People can sit there and visualize, see everything in their minds, what it looks like. Me, I don't do that. I can't. I'm not able to yet. We won't say can't because I'm just not able to yet, but I can feel. So when I feel what it feels like, that's when I start manifesting. But e- everyone's different. But please send that over to me. I would love to. I don't know if it's a video or a set thing that you do, but I'd absolutely love to give it a go. I'm always open. You know, one thing that I always say to people: don't keep on saying to people that you know. Say you don't know, because all of a sudden opportunities start arising and you actually learn more by not being up here and being like, I know everything. It's actually just say you don't know everything, and then more opportunities to learn comes to you. So yeah, definitely send that over to me.
Yeah, 100%. I guess before I kind of ask my final question, I always let the guests take it where they want. So if you have a message of hope or inspiration, if you have something to sell, if you want to wrap it all up together, just take it away.
For anyone that's listening, this is just so not even what I do, but you know me, I'm a bit of everything. For anyone that is a business owner, for anyone that is making money, can I just say one thing? Do not sell your soul. Sell from your soul. Do not sell your soul. Sell from your soul. Just because you said, what would you like to sell? And I don't want to sell anyone anything. But if you'd like to buy my book, if you'd like to join Thrive for Your Limits, my community is amazing. I help many people. You're more than welcome. But guys, I spent years building a business that I absolutely hated. And I was selling my soul doing that. Start to find out what fulfills you, then sell from your soul. That was just something that came to me that I felt like I had to say. That probably wasn't anything about my upselling me, was it really? But you know, I'm just honest.
It's perfect. We're gonna make sure people get the book, Young, Dumb, and Depressed. About the how do people do that? What they're looking for? They don't know what they want. Do you have any ideas or information about how to start doing that?
How to start doing what? Sorry, JP.
To find out what you want to do, to stop selling your soul. They know that I'm going to work every day. I hate this job and I hate my life because of it. I wish I could do what I want to do. I just don't even know what that is or where to start.
So, like you said it before, you have to believe in yourself. So believe that whatever you are doing, whatever you want to do or you're going to do, even if you don't know what you want to do right now, just believe in yourself. Yeah. Because I love saying this. We are just a floating ball of rock floating through freaking space. Like, if there's something you want to do, go and do it. And my mum, and I'll always say this, my mum always says this, and I just love her for it. She's like, you just open every door, don't you? JP, I can't tell you how many businesses and how many things that I have tried, dip my toe in, open the door, realize, no, I don't want to do that, shut it. Like, take risks, take chances, and explore, explore. Like, if nothing is forever. Yeah. So if you, okay, if someone really wants to do, I don't know, they have this business idea and they feel like, oh, that really fulfills me, I want to do that. Don't be like, this is the be all or end all, because you're putting pressure on yourself. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's okay. No one's looking. Like, just be imperfect about it. Yeah, just try it because you want to. And I'm not saying be reckless and leave your jobs right now. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, discover yourself. And I said it before, know your values. Know your core values. If you don't know your core values, how are you going to know what decisions to make? Because now, I make decisions based on my core values. I said it before. I said I was in the beauty industry, but but my value is natural beauty. I was in the aesthetic industry, but my core value is animal rights. So like, how out of alignment was I? So, like, like, it's just like, so if you want to stay aligned with who you truly are, then you have to know your core values. And if you want to know your core values, I'm more than happy to teach you if you join Thrive. But core values is, yeah, it is a great thing to learn. It was definitely the aha moment that made me realize, fuck, I need to be helping people with this, not just doing it with myself. So yeah, I guess I'm not selling you anything, but if you have liked what you've heard, then go ahead and buy my book. It's not spenny. So and then just see where that takes you. But I'm live most mornings on TikTok. I'm just here to help people, man. I've been there. I'm just a human helping other humans. But yeah.
Awesome. So what I heard mostly in that, how to find it, how to look for it, is curiosity. Be curious. Find things that you like. Find things that light you up. What's your passion? And if you don't know, what did you used to like to do when you were a kid? There's a good way to go back. And it doesn't have to be the same, right? Let's say you like basketball as a kid, and maybe now you can't play basketball, but you maybe could coach basketball. So there's avenues there. Stephen Collier has a great book called The Art of Impossible. And he says the way you do this, it's curiosity, passion, purpose, play. I'm not getting all of them, but he says, take a list of 25 things that you like. So it could be music, coaching, reading, cooking, flowers, whatever. And then once you have a list of those 25 things, look if there's anywhere they intersect, like basketball coaching or something like that. So I definitely digress now. And yeah, go ahead.
You all the time. I wanted to warn you. By the way, you're going to ask me a question and I'm just going to forget what you said and I'm just going to carry on talking. And I forgot to tell you that at the beginning. But again, I'm not going to apologize because this is just me. So don't apologize, man. It's you. It's like, it is what it is.
I love it. I guess my final question is going to be, how can people reach you?
Through social media. Yeah, through social media. So yeah, I mean, I have an email. I mean, I'm really like modern. I'm like, you can email if you really want, but social media, man. And I guess if you don't have social media, then you can always email me. PixieWilliams@gmail.com. Very simple. And all of my social media is just Pixie Williams. So yeah, you can hit me up anywhere. You can join Thrive Beyond Limits. Again, if you go onto my social media and you click the link in my bio, everything's there. You've got my one-to-one sessions that I do with people. I've got Thrive Beyond Limits, which is literally most coaches that I know charge quadruple the amount I do. But I actually give a shit. And I remember what it was like to not have any money. And the way that I'm going with my life is I'm looking to get money somewhere else anyway. So that's not really a thing. My main focus is to help people. And the results that I've already had in Thrive is mind-blowing. I've had people that have literally told me that it saved their lives. I've had beautiful, beautiful video testimonials sent to me. So like, no, I'm not a therapist. So I will not go over the past with you. But if you really are looking for someone with no bullshit that will tell you how it is, but still has empathy and has been there, I'm here. Follow me whenever you want. I'm always going to be here. So yeah, social media. And you
Amazing.
can find my book on Amazon as well. You can find my book on Amazon.
Yeah, we'll put those links in the show notes. And yeah, really great conversation. Pixie, I'm so grateful for your time today. Thank you so much. This was awesome.
That's okay, mate. It was absolutely lovely to speak to you, JP. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so thank you so much for the listeners as well. Thank you.